How to wash your car during the Hosepipe ban. Even a big car such as an SUV with just a bucket and sponge.
Yes, these are the hosepipe bans that we currently have across England and Wales at the moment, with the Thames Water one coming into force today, and then 2 days later another one in Yorkshire. Now, if you're asking yourself why are we starting to see hosepipe bans now so late in the summer with the wetter autumn months just around the corner, well, just to try and put it into context, the first 6 months of this...
Clean them like that. Yeah, they got a black mask on them to mask the scrapes. So this should be better than using a sponge on them and water and the mitt to dry it, and we'll see how it goes. First, let's have a look at the current state. So I think I've driven it about 200 miles since the last proper wash. I did do a rinse, at least 200 miles. Yeah. This is the state after 200 miles. Much crap on the front and the bonnet. But it's the sides. You get rubbish all along this door. Of course, the wheels look pretty dirty. Could wash the tyres. What about the back? Yeah, the back gets pretty dirty. Streaks of dirt on the number plate as well. So basically the sides of the doors, the tyres and the back tend to get dirty on a Discovery Sport. But the front looks clean. What about the windows? The windows are fine. Maybe because they're dark, because it's a HTC black. Roof, I can't tell. I'll have to get a ladder to reach, some kind of step ladder to do the roof. So let's get washing it for the second proper wash. See how it looks. Hopefully these new tools will do better. One thing I've not got yet is something to black up the alloys with. That's another little thing to buy, and also I'm not going to polish it yet. I will polish it, but not in maybe the third wash. Yeah, I'm going to use this to scrub. Yeah, look, it works. You can see the scratches. This is a good tool, cleaning your alloys. Yeah. Probably use the dry sponge. Yeah, I think I'll use this blackened sponge just to get most of the dust off. Like that. So I'm not going to wash the tyres, just take the dust off like that, because they're going to get, I'm going to black them up with something. It already looks pretty good. Yeah, so just use the sponge to get rid of the dust, then use the brush. Compare that 1 minute job to this one. Big difference after just a minute. So don't use water on your alloys. Just use it, because you're gonna have some, if you've got black alloys that is. Just use a sponge and then use the dry sponge, then use the brush to get in, make your tyres look clean. So there's the bucket of warm water with some demon foam mixed in. Let's get going and wash it. Leave the tyres to last. Probably going to get a bit wet. Do the whole car roof as well. That's the driver's side done. Off the bonnet. I left the bottom trim so I can use the water for the body first. I've used about maybe a third of the bucket, so maybe I can get it all done with one bucket. Now I've got to do the back and then the other side. Let's get going. And I'll do the trim, the bottom trim at the end, and then I'll rinse it. Now the same for the passenger side. And then we'll go over the trims at the end. Top to bottom. That's the passenger side done. I was going to do the front, then rinse it. See what the top looks like. You do it on not on a hot day, because you don't want it to dry. So you don't wash it on a hot day. Today's about 10 degrees Celsius, so ideal. It's another tip. Don't wash on a hot day. Last bit, the front. And I can do the trim. Let's do this. Got about 20% of a bucket left, so it's very dirty. Trim gets very dirty. This black thing at the bottom. That's the car foamed up, washed with demon foam. Trim done, everything done apart from the wheels, which I'm just going to do a dry clean, just wipe the dust off. Oh, this one's a bit wet. Most of the dirt's on this black trim at the bottom, then the doors and then the back. The rest stays pretty clean, especially the front, which is what you want. tyres do get dirty, dusty, so you might want to clean the tyres more regularly. Just give them a quick brush once a week maybe. So now let's rinse it before it starts to dry. Same rinse on the other side. So I'm going to take more water. I already used more than half. So it takes more water to rinse and wash. And then I'll do the tyres. Yeah.
I saw him.
Who?
Sammy, I beat him.
Is he walking?
Yeah. I won.
Where is he? So that's the car rinse. Took just over 1 bucket. So now let's put the microfiber hand mitt on and use it for the first time to dry it. Looks good. It's better when it's dry. You have to dry it, otherwise it might streak the water. Let's put the mitt on, see what job it does. Here's the mitt. Let's put it all in. Use one for the first time. See what they like. Never used one before. Hopefully it'll be easy to use. Yeah. Much easier than using a cloth. Not really drying it much though. Not drying it that much. Stop it from streaking. Second time. Much better. The water's mostly going. So another thing I've noticed when using the mitt, instead of going left and right, it's best to go up and down motion. You get a better state then. So that's the car dried with the mitt. Next time I'm going to make sure I've got 2 mitts. Much easy to dry, and you're also using a up and down motion or diagonal rather than across. Just dried as well as I could with 1 mitt. Looks good. Only thing left to do is the wheels. I'm going to dry clean them with a brush. There's the sponge and the brush. Yes, it's got some black already on it from earlier wash because they blacked up the wheels. I'm going to get some of that black. Then just use this sponge and brush. Dry, quick wipe. Just wipe the dust off the rims. Yeah. Go around. A little bit of polish. It's a little bit wet. Much better once I get some of that black stuff that the hunters used on it. Okay, now let's use the brush. say, I don't have any of that black stuff they use, the dealer, so it's only going to be an amateur job. And I think you need to clean the dirt off. I don't think these brushes of much use. Maybe a damp sponge is best, not wet but damp. Yeah, to get the dirt off. That's the Land Rover Discovery Sport Wash. So the key lesson learned is to definitely get a microfiber mitt so you can dry it. In fact, get two, you need two. Dry with up and down motion, gives a little polish, and the alloy brush is useless, and you do need water to dry the alloys because you're going to get all that muck off. So foam wash, then rinse, then wipe dry with the mitts, and then do the alloys last. Yeah, looks good, looks a bit polished even though I've not polished it. But you do need two mitts, one mitt's not enough, one mitt for each side. Looks quite polished, even though I'm not polished. It's good as new, good as when I got it. Well, probably more polished then. So subscribe for new videos in this series, as next time I'm going to use a polish on it. See what difference it makes, if any.